welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. And today's pick a card topic is all about the person on your mind and how are they truly feeling about you right now. Now, this could be any connection on your mind. This could be somebody that you're currently seeing, maybe somebody that you hope to be seeing soon. Maybe this is somebody in no contact. But how does the person in your heart and on your mind at this time truly feel about you right this second? What are they thinking? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with the orange flower and the heart-to-heart conversations. We have pile number 2 with the purple flower and the make the effort. And we have pile number 3 with the pink flower and the romantic feelings. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there could be messages waiting. And my timestamps are always listed below. I would like to welcome back my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys for being here and thank you for all of your kind comments. I want to congratulate this month's or this week's winner because I'm choosing multiple winners this month. But I would like to congratulate this week's winner, and I would also invite you, if you have drop comments below over the last couple of days, be sure to check your notifications because I'm waiting to hear back from one of my most recent winners, and I will also be drawing new names this week as well. So be sure to drop your comments below and hit your notification bell so that I can notify you in the comments and we can get the ball rolling. If you're new to the Tarot Cottage or you've stumbled upon this video for the very first time, I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading for my subscribers as a thank you for your presence here. And all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Drop your comment below any of my readings this month. Be sure to hit your notification bell, your like button. It helps me to bring you more content and it helps me to notify you underneath your comment if you are chosen the winner. I will never send unsolicited DMs to anybody. Be sure to check your notifications because I will give you directions on how to reach out to me so that we can avoid you feeling like you're being scammed. Please be wary that on Instagram specifically, there's a lot of people posing as tarot related content and sending people messages. And I would hate to see you taken advantage of. I would never do that. So if somebody has approached you claiming to be me, that is just a scammer. So please avoid that and please protect yourselves. But for today's pick a card reading, how does this person on your mind truly feel about you right this moment? Pile 1, pile 2, pile number 3. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the orange flower and to the heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this could be somebody that you are currently seeing. Maybe we haven't gotten into a lot of the emotional feelings that have developed between the two of you. This could also be a situation where you never got the opportunity to honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So there's a lot that has been kept back. And with the orange flower that you are drawn to, this could speak to how this honesty could very well empower the situation, but may require a lot of confidence or a lot of courage. So let's take a look here. We're going to use the Herb Crafter's Tarot for you, pile 1. How does this person truly feel about you right now? What are their honest, true feelings and thoughts about this connection right this moment? We're starting with the 5 of Fire. The Page of Fire. The King of Pentacles. This person feels like the type of person that is very, it's like they're a tough cookie to crack or something. Like they feel like somebody who focuses a lot on fire because maybe emotions make them uncomfortable or they're afraid of being judged. We have the Page of Swords. And I feel like this person finds you intoxicating. And that I feel like almost scares them a little bit. I feel like the more they get to know you, the more intoxicated they feel. Just highlighting the fact that this is catnip. And the Page of Swords is a gatherer of information. So the two of you may have even met online, for instance. But they're still getting to know you, or they're still getting to understand the connection and where they stand within it. They know that the passionate response from you, or there's like a passionate desire to explore this connection. This is something that your attention gives them a lot of confidence, gives them a boost in their ego. We have Justice here, and we have the High Priestess coming out. We're going to clarify as we go forward. We have the Page of Pentacles. So you may not actually be in a commitment at this point in time either. The Hierophant is in a state of limbo. So you may not be in a full-fledged relationship. We may not have defined it. Spirit says there's more to come in this connection in 2026 as well. And I feel like this person has a really strong willingness to fight for something. Like they do have a desire to progress. Here, I feel like they find you very inspiring. Albeit they do find that this connection makes them feel vulnerable in the same breath as well. A lot of Aquarius energy coming through. A lot of Taurus and a lot of Aries. I feel like this person really does want to be in a commitment cycle. I think that that's ultimately what they want to have. That we may be starting with fire, but I feel like they ultimately want to be in a commitment cycle. I also just feel like they've been hurt before. They honestly, to be honest with you, for someone watching, and this won't resonate for every person because I am reading for the collective, but this person could have come from a very significant relationship or a divorce, for instance. And that's still something that they are emotionally impacted by, which would affect the approach that they take here. And they haven't been 100% honest. I feel like they haven't, it's not by default. It's not like they're trying to keep something from you, but they haven't been completely honest because it makes them feel vulnerable. They know that that's not fair to you. Here's the Ten of Cups. Because the truth is, what they're not sharing with you completely is that they can foresee something with you. It's like they already feel like they could build something significant here with you. For some, this person could have children, so please take that as it resonates as well. There's just some things that are in their practical life that do impact them. And sometimes we will use even children as a scapegoat a little bit as to why we're keeping ourselves guarded, because they could be telling themselves that they're keeping their children guarded as well through that process. But Spirit says it actually all trickles down to the fear here of the Divine Masculine. But I keep hearing that song, getting to know you, getting to know all about you. That's what I keep hearing, but it almost sounds like a children's song. And they're a little bit afraid of where this path leads, and yet they shouldn't be. I don't feel like they should be that afraid of where this path leads. Back of the deck is the Ace of Wands. Here, now we have the King of Swords. I just feel like they're trying to approach this connection in what they would call a logical way. But it's actually more so in a guarded way, because I feel like it almost scares them where this could go. I feel like the two of you are opposites. If this person's very practical, you could be, they're actually speaking of like somebody who is more spirit oriented, or I don't want to say religious, but I want to say spiritual. Almost like a sense of like a witchy vibe. But opposites attract in this case. I feel like the more they are immersed in your energy, the more confident they become to share themselves with you, to share their truth, to have those heart-to-heart conversations. Right now they do feel a little bit guarded, but I feel like there's an openness, there's a willingness to learn, and there's a willingness to have you almost teach them how. There's also for someone watching, it's almost like there's an age gap here, and they're concerned about like people's opinions about that. They could be concerned about what you think about it, but the truth is it's their fear that they're holding on to, because they have preconceived ideas about what should be and what shouldn't be. So they're concerned about like a challenge or a difference between the two of you. For some, it could be age. But the more they get to know you, the more they're going to realize that they are actually safer here than they realize. That the heart-to-heart conversations that are needed are actually going to make them feel more fulfilled and make them feel more like they're building this sense of belonging. Again, a very strong internet energy coming through with the connectivity of the star. And there's more to come in this connection, and this person wants there to be more to come in the year of 2026. There's still some challenges to overcome before we get to a commitment cycle. But this feels like a beautiful fresh start for this person. I just feel like, again, they're afraid of loss. So it's like they're afraid of really allowing themselves to let this unfold naturally without trying to micromanage their own heart and their own feelings. I feel like I feel like even in the present moment, they're still holding on to pains or hurts from the past. But Spirit says that it's like you are a sun shower coming down. If this is raining, you're the sun peeking out through the clouds. We have the Two of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles, and they're very, very interested in developing this connection. Right this moment, they're looking at it, or they're trying to look at it more of in a practical sense. But Spirit says that is going to soften into love very quickly. The more, it's like there's peace that's coming in for them. Even here, the Tower at the back of the deck with the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands, there's a strong momentum that's going to take this connection to another level. I feel like it's going to be happening in the year 2026. It could even, I feel like the first 6 months, we're going to be working on things. And after that, there's going to be a lot more to come. The Tower in this case is building something abundant with effort. It's also breaking down, again, old pain situations, old foundations that are no longer needed. It almost feels like this connection is a huge breakthrough for this person. And I feel like you're going to notice and recognize the breakthrough once they start to open up emotionally to you, moving into the new year. Spirit says that in this case, you can really coast. Moving into the next few months, you can really coast and enjoy yourself in this connection because they do see it progressing. It's a beautiful kind of open doorway. And of course, our higher self is sitting here directing, you know, what we know to be true. They encourage you to always trust in your intuition as you proceed in this connection. But it almost feels like this person, it's like they adore you or they put you up on this pedestal. Especially once they realize that they're safe speaking to you from the heart. They put you up on this pedestal. And if I'm being honest with you, I feel like the two of you could build a beautiful life together if you decided to progress this, if you decided to move into commitment cycles. I feel like this person is built for commitment. And that's why I feel like they were so devastated by losses or what they would call mistakes or things from the past. But the truth is that what they built in the past, it might have been practically strong, but it wasn't emotionally, again, it wasn't emotionally open. So they developed the skill set that they've brought into this connection in that old time frame. They were very thirsty for connection and belonging. If they are waiting for you, and it's connected to the Ace of Wands, so they could be waiting for you as far as like a physical relationship. I feel like they're very, very keen on that. That kind of feels like an emotional buffer though, part of getting to know you. It says here, I'm too afraid to talk to you. I'm too afraid to express how I truly feel. But they want deeper connection. It says, let me hold you. I'm going to put that underneath the number 8. I feel like these are, this let me hold you, it reminds me of the Seven of Swords. It's like almost a secretive energy. It's like somebody who's asking you to read between the lines. They may want physical connection because that's a form of intimacy that they're comfortable with at this moment, whereas the heart-to-heart conversations will open up an even deeper level of that. It says, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. We have the Nine of Wands. Somebody who, although they may put up a very strong front, someone who's actually very sensitive deep down. And they feel like a very, and it's all about energy, has nothing to do with gender, but they feel like a very traditionally masculine person, or there's this expectation for them to be very masculine. And we've done a disservice to the divine masculine in the collective by infusing this idea that they have to be strong. We have here, I'm a very jealous person. We also have, you are wrong. So this could be what they're comfortable in as far as letting their emotions out. They may be comfortable showing jealousy. I just saw your family won't like me. I think that has to do with like what they perceive in differences. It could again be an age situation where they're a little bit older than you. We had wrongful advice. And it's connected here to, do I know you from somewhere? I always think of somebody wearing masks and pretending like something is not impacting them. Pretending like they're not impacted by something. So it's like trying to act cool and macho or unbothered is not the right advice to take for progress in the connection when heart-to-heart conversations are truly needed. Because I feel like they really want to let you in. It says here, I hope that you'll wait for me. Moving into 2026, I feel like there is a lot to progress. You may not even be exclusive at this moment in time, but I feel like moving into 2026, you may move into exclusivity. We have here on the back of the deck, if I follow you, I could lose everything. And I feel like they've already gone through a cycle where they've lost a lot. So that's why they are so careful with what they have to say and how they truly feel. I feel like they're guarded because of that reason. How do they truly feel right this moment, please? Advice for pile number 1. We have be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. And we have make a wish with the dandelion in the wind. We have the 9 of Cups here, this wish fulfillment card. And Spirit says that wishes could come true in this case. They say that the best advice they had for you in progressing in this connection is maintaining your composure. It's like being ever present or grounded in your own perspective about self. That's going to help to draw the confidence out in this person as well. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What was the last thought they had about pile 1 in the bowl today, please? Out of the bowl, we have the 2 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Strength. So they were thinking about a lot of different possibilities and pathways that are available to them. They were thinking about your last conversation and if it got a little spicy or if it got a little flirtatious. Even them in that moment, they felt a little bit emotionally vulnerable. It's like they're afraid to enjoy themselves in this process here too. So this Strength energy, it really speaks to a lot of connection between the 2 of you, but how they have to capitalize upon strength because it does test them a little bit. It seems to test their resolve to stay neutral towards the situation until they get to know you more, until they understand that they're safe here. We have the letters K, B, O, and S. We have the letter D. We also have the 0. We have here the snake. Now I do think of the Kundalini awakening and temperance energy, so taking time. I also sometimes think of the term Jake the Snake. We have corn. We also have here the High Priestess. And we have the little Minnie Mouse bow. It's the pink bow. So I do think of little girls. There's also a reference to like the bloom falling off the rose with this particular charm, but somebody who thinks very highly of you. We have the Bible. We also have here the saxophone. I think of longing. We have the Star of Aquarius. So somebody who's gone through a loss. Now this could have been, again, a divorce. Could have even been a death energy that they've gone through. And they're still healing from that. They're still in the process of regrowing their strength. We have sweet results that await with the honeybee. We also have here Our Lady of Medjugorje. So there could be a Catholic reference here, a religious reference. Could also be a motherhood reference. It's like a saint energy. So again, if somebody has passed away or they're still struggling with painful cycles from the past related to divine feminine energy. We also have here exchanging gifts here with the Christmas present. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. And if you have dropped me comments in the past, be sure to check your notifications as I'm waiting to hear back from one of my most recent winners. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I do update that shop daily. But I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2, you were drawn to the purple flower. You were also drawn to make the effort. Great love is worth the steps we're guided to take. This card reminds me a lot of the 6 of Cups. So there could be a lot of nostalgia connected to this connection, or somebody who cares very deeply for you and who wants to put the effort into this connection. But we are taking a look today at how do they truly feel about you right this moment. For pile number 2, please, how does this person truly feel? The purple flower also gives me a sense of evolution or sovereignty. Somebody who's grown, perhaps, in their perspective. How do they feel right this moment, please? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. This person's kind of stuck trying to forgive themselves. I feel like they're trying to forgive themselves. They're trying to find a teaching in something connected to this relationship. And I feel like they've avoided that. They've avoided the truth of this situation for a while. And they avoided like the reality of the impact that you have made on them, because they're speaking about the endless miracles that are associated with you. We have the Page of Swords. And I just heard the term going down the rabbit hole. So this person, I feel like they're watching you, if I'm being honest with you. This is interesting because this spread, the Page of Swords ended up in the exact same position, and yet I'm getting a completely different energy for this reading. This person feels like they could be from your past. You could have gone to school with this person. They're watching you and they know what's going on in your life. I don't think they're necessarily connected to you right now. I don't think the two of you are talking. Actually, you may not be blocked, or it may not be in no contact necessarily, but I feel like you're not like regularly talking with this person, but they are very much aware of what's going on with you. And I feel like they're watching your socials, your social media. And it's like they have a lot of remembrance. There's little poppies that are growing up underneath the feet of this weasel. We have the Three of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four, and there seems to be this growth. Now, I know that a hedgehog is not a baby porcupine, but that's what they're sort of showing it to me as far as like a graduation process of thought. And thoughts and truths that have come in that sting after the fact. We can see the big stack of wood. There's snow on top of it. So seasons have changed. Things have changed. You've both grown, or you've both grown up. They say that you're from their hometown. And they really wish that they had invested more work when they could, because now things have shifted and changed, and things have changed for you. The Queen of Pentacles is sitting in a season of abundance. So you could be sitting in a season where career is going really well, family is going really well. Maybe you have children, maybe you're in a relationship. They can see something that you're doing. They can see that you're thriving in some ways, and they understand that they could have been a part of that picture, perhaps if they had made an effort. It feels like realities that are both a blessing and a curse in some way, because we're starting with this Ace of Swords and it felt very sharp. The truth of how they feel, the truth that only comes in after we reach a point of no return, perhaps. And there's a reality too that stings, that they're a little bit defensive about, because change is not possible in this moment for this person, because I feel like foundations have changed. They could be in a relationship, you could be in a relationship. Because I just see these two wolves howling at the moon. It's like wondering where you are. It's like, where are you? And they may be able to physically, again, keep tabs on you, but they don't know where you are emotionally in this connection. And they don't know what would have happened if they had just literally leaned over and made an effort to show you how much you meant to them in the past. But I feel like they also didn't know any better. So sometimes they torture themselves by going down that rabbit hole. Here's the Ace of Wands. And despite, if there is no contact here, despite that, you've still been a really heavy inspiration towards this person. They're moving through a period of acceptance. They're trying to forgive themselves for not fueling this inspiration, for not fueling a spark that existed between the two of you. It's like they were in resistance. And they keep highlighting how this full moon is red. Red for me is a symbol of empowerment. So the full moon is all about release. So they perhaps recognize the necessity to heal. Here's the Four of Pentacles. And they shouldn't, but they're still kind of jealous over you or greedy about the situation. Like they don't necessarily want to move out of what they've experienced or what they've invested in, but they also don't know how to let this go either. It's like they kind of exist in this in-between state, and for them, they're just saying that might have to do. But if the two of you have moved away from your hometown, one of you could still be there. But even if you aren't, when they go back there, they're flooded with a lot of nostalgia. And they're part of the understanding that they've developed is that they just kept themselves too protected. And now they'll never know. And that, I feel like that's the problem for them, is that now they'll never know. Here's the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like they've shifted in their perspective, they've grown and they've learned, but some of their anchors remain. Like there's still things that prohibit growth. It's like some things never change. In the past, they were the ones that prohibited the growth because of their fear, and now there could be practical things that anchor them that don't allow growth. And these practical things could belong to them, but could also belong to you. They feel like there's a lot to lose, and they don't want to drag you down. I feel like that's why they're just watching and not approaching. They don't want to drag you down into this perception if you don't share it. They don't want to wreak havoc on your life. Although they do feel like a conversation could bring them more peace. They could be wrong because they may not be prepared for what you have to say, whether it's good or bad. They may not be prepared for it. Here's the Three of Cups. But they miss their friend. That's what it really feels like. I miss my friend. And as they've built other connections, they've been able to contrast and compare you to people. And I feel like they do that a lot. I feel like they compare this version of you, but the version of you that exists in the past. And so they compare this version of you with what they are currently building. And I do feel like they would love to have some type of reunion with you, even if it was just based on friendship. But here's the Eight of Swords and there's the Sun. But the truth is that that's a lie. This Eight of Swords is talking about mental prisons that ultimately, if there were reunions, there could be a big backdraft of energy. They're saying that their youth and their inexperience was the big issue with empowerment. It's like they didn't know how to step outside of their own overthinking to get to a place of clarity with you. And they really wish that they had genuinely made an effort to show you that they cared. They think a lot about the past. They keep talking about going down the rabbit hole. Love is all around you. There's love everywhere, all the time, simply acknowledging this to be true. And despite, I feel like there could be no contact here, or again, a period of no contact, the energy is still very influential. So the energy hasn't gone anywhere. It's like a haunting is what it feels like. We have here rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. And we have here speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. And they feel like if they just said one thing, back of deck says, I love you. But they kept, whenever I see a harp, I think of that cartoon with Mickey Mouse where he goes up into the sky and he has to save the harp woman from the giant. And so I always think of the left breast pocket where you'll find the key. And that's where they kept these three words. But these three words, if they had just spoke them in the past, would have had the power to completely change the trajectory of this connection. So let's get a couple of thoughts and feelings from this person at this moment. How are they truly feeling about how to right this moment, please? I've been sending you messages in the 5D. I don't want to be with anyone else. But there could be other people that are that you've invested in or they have invested in since the past of this connection. It was you. It was always you. They're also showing me I want to dedicate a song to you. I keep a close eye on your social media, coming right out on top of the Page of Swords. I am a better person because of you. You really changed me. And I've thought about you spending time with my family and I. Now, you could have spent time with their extended family in the past as well. We have, I know you were right. I'm trying to forgive myself. I am really sensitive deep down, but I put up a front. I feel like they had more feelings than meets the eye. Just wait on me. Please don't give up on me. Back of the deck says, I do regret walking away from you. Oh, that's back of deck. Advice, please, for pile number 2. For this connection. This came out in pile 1. Be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. There's really nothing the Divine Feminine here has to do to seed this inspiration. I feel like it's evergreen. I feel like it's present all the time. In fact, the more that you, I don't want to say ignore, because I don't think you're actively trying to ignore, but the more that there's distance and time between, it seems the more their heart grows fond. We have here remembering your roots. So somebody from our past. And we have cleanse. It says, wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glade. Back of the deck says, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. I feel like that was the overall lesson. Is that even if transformation is going to be painful or if breakthroughs are going to be painful, we should take that risk and that leap of faith anyway. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 2, please. The last thought they had about pile 2, we have here coming out of the bowl. In the bowl today, we have the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Tower reversed. I feel like there's a competition now, and I feel like there's like a restless energy of maybe at the time frame of when you met them with the 5 of Wands. There could have been, it's like a rutting phase. I think of young bucks that are rutting in the field. But it also speaks to competition now and why they don't feel like they can come forward. They don't want to wreck anything. They don't want to create havoc or chaos in your life at this time with this Tower reversed. That's why this 10 of Swords is feeling so definite, where they wish that they could create clarity, but they don't see a way forward right now without causing some type of drama. And I don't think that they want to do that to you, or perhaps to themselves. They just showed me a peanut. So I don't know if somebody's allergic to peanuts or that has a reference for someone. We have here a baby, so children could be a factor, or childhood. We have Y and C. We have this fork in the road. We have play. We have forget-me-nots. And we have here the little kitty cat, I think of independence and Leo energy. We also have the crescent moon reversed. So somebody who doubted their own intuition at the time, especially in the past. We also have the hand of Hamza as well. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Please drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I do update that shop daily. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the little pink flower. You were also drawn to the romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And today we're going to be taking a look at how does this person on your mind truly feel about you right this moment. So let's take a look here for pile number 3, please. How does the person on their mind truly feel about them right this moment? We have the King of Cups coming out first. A lot of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Sun. We have the 5 of Cups. We We have the Seven of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Eight of Swords, and we have the Devil. Here's the Strength. Let's clarify this as we go forward. Now, what's interesting about this person is that I feel like they're procrastinating towards you. I feel like they're a really sensitive person overall, and I actually really like the energy of this King of Cups. Someone who has a lot of love to give, someone who's like jumping to negative conclusions when it comes to taking action. Here's the Four of Cups. Here's the Seven of Pentacles for the second time. Here's the Strength. Here's the Hierophant. Here's the Lovers, split deck between the Lovers and the Justice. Underneath the Moon, the Hanged Man, the Three of Wands. We're just going to kind of leave those there so I can see them. But this person is taking way too long. They're really stuck in their own mindset and their own insecurity about this connection. Now, for some, I have to admit, there is a collective message that's happening here. This is for the collective. So I have a lot of messages coming through. For some, this person, to be honest with you, could be in a position of authority or could be in a position where it doesn't allow them to progress right now. This Eight of Swords with the Devil, the Justice, the Lovers, this is speaking to attachment. Could be attachment to people or environments. Could just be attachment to a mindset. So we're going to try to follow both of those tangents and see where it takes us. You do make this person rethink their investments. You're making them rethink right this moment. If they're just procrastinating because of insecurity, then I feel like they already know that they need to come up with solutions as quickly as possible because they could miss out on something great, on an upgrade. Because they do think that you're an upgrade. And they could end up disappointing themselves if they don't find the solutions to whatever's holding them back. Now, for some, what's holding them back could be a position, an environment, a person with the Lovers as well. The Three of Swords could be a third party, which is why they're trying to ignore the inclinations or the romantic feelings that they're having because they feel like it's going to lead to a disastrous outcome or it's going to lead to a consequence that they aren't prepared for. But either way, this person is struggling with what they want versus where they're sitting right this moment. And either way, they have to capitalize upon their own strength to make a plan, to take an alternate course if they want to see progress. Otherwise, there could be significant delays where we don't see the upgrade that we deserve. It's like they're saying to themselves, I really wish I could go forward with this, but I just can't. But it's like when I tell my children, when they come to me and say, I can't do this, Mom, I always annoy them and say, take the T off of that I can and try one more time. So they get really frustrated. But that's what Spirit will say to us if we keep saying, I can't. Because the universe is just listening. It's always going to say yes. So if we say, I can't do something, it's going to say, you're right. You don't feel like you can do this. And then we sit there just looking at each other and then nothing happens. And so that's the potential if we don't explore the romantic feelings that they are having, the inclinations that they're having, they could end up regretting it. They'll never know unless they change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. The truth is that I feel like you already know, to be honest with you. Like the sun is here with two little people sitting and there's already a knowing. We already both feel the romantic inclinations. We already feel the attraction. We're already both contemplating where we want to go with it. But there seems to be like this pause where we're just waiting for something to happen. They could be waiting for you. You could be waiting for them. And these natural solutions are not going to invent themselves. Someone has to take action. And in this case, because this person is claiming to be the one with all the obstacles, they have to really make a decision. Spirit says the concern is that this person feels like, or it might just be a knee-jerk reaction where they just blurt something out. And that could have consequences that they're not prepared for. Seven of Pentacles again with the Ace of Wands. And here's the Two of Cups, because ultimately this person wants to be in a relationship. Here with the Two of Pentacles, it's like they're juggling what they have to do, what they have to compromise, what they have to put down on one end of the spectrum to make that decision. But you are the inspiration. They're using the term rake. Now they're showing me, instead of this hoe, they're showing the rake. So they could be calling themselves that. They don't want to be seen as that. But they're also speaking to me now about this little house in the background, or this tower in the background. There is something that the inspiration pushes against. There's a defense energy coming in because of what their position or what they've built. And again, it might not be a person or position. It might just be their own insecurity that's holding them back. But either way, the message remains the same. They still have to fight through that obstacle in order to explore the romantic feelings that they're having. They sometimes tell themselves that it's all in their heads. Here's the Seven of Swords coming out. But now we have the Four of Wands. So the truth is that we know that it's mutual. They've also denied to themselves or lied to others about how they feel about you. And this is just to avoid conflict. If they were asked outright today, because we're looking at their feelings today, and this is very revealing, but if they were asked outright today, they might lie about it. And that's just to control everything. That's just because they see the potential, but they want to micromanage the potential so they don't lose it in some type of momentum that they can't catch up to. But this person, honestly, they see you as a jackpot. They're showing me 777 now. It's like a jackpot. A definite upgrade to what they've been experiencing. And that's across the board, whether they are single, whether they are married, for instance. You're still a jackpot. Here's the Five of Swords. But again, here's the Two of Cups. Again with the Two of Pentacles. And this Five of Swords speaks to the fear. It's like, again, the suppression, trying to gaslight themselves into believing that it's not mutual or it's not here. This is just a self-protection so that they don't have to act yet towards what they feel compelled to do. Because they're saying that this could blow up in everyone's face. There could be an aspect of the work realm for someone watching here too. Or again, the institutions that we're seeing could just be like marriage, education, someone in a position of authority that is afraid of losing that position in some way or losing the respect of people. They're just worried that this is going to create discord, that a relationship with you means conflict in other areas. But that's just sometimes the narrative that the ego will tell us to stop us from launching ourselves into something that we feel like could be an upgrade. Because the Five of Cups shows us that there are solutions. If we can push past our own fears. Here's the Two of Wands. Here's the Knight of Wands. Moving into the future, I feel like the two of you are going to have some very flirtatious conversations. And Spirit says you're going to be able to pick up, if you're not 100% sure about their feelings, you're going to be able to pick up on it. This Knight of Wands is somebody who wants to be as impulsive as possible, but they feel like they can't. It's like, I have to be a watcher and not a doer. And they get very inspired by watching you, but it doesn't feel like it's online or anything like that. It feels like in the environment they watch you. So again, it could be a workplace aspect. I keep hearing the song, I've got the whole world in my hands. And the world is potential. But it's also like the world on their shoulders, having a lot of responsibilities as well. Here's the Eight of Wands. But they are so drawn to you. Eight of Wands with the Ace of Swords. They feel a magnetic attraction towards you. But they're afraid of losing control. And I feel like they're feigning ignorance, like they're feigning a little bit of confusion about what you're thinking and feeling about the situation. But I almost feel like if you were to come forward and express your romantic feelings, I feel like that would be a blessing and a curse for them, because then it would alleviate some of their concern emotionally, but then it would put them in a new perspective about what to do and the options. And their options have a lot to do with their position here at the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. A lot of Taurus today. A lot of Leo today as well. We have a lot of Libra and we have a lot of Gemini. Let's get one of these. How does this person truly feel right this moment, please, for pile number 3? It says, ask for help. What do you really need? And be willing to accept support. This girl is on her knees. We have this older gentleman. So there's a reference to maybe power dynamics or position being at play. Someone who feels like they need help achieving the solutions. Listen with your heart. You're listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. And back of the deck says true love. This love is once in a lifetime. The romantic feelings that they feel like are real and they want to explore, but they feel like there could be practical consequences at play. So let's get a couple of message cards to see what sort of thoughts they've been having in your direction, pile 3. Ooh, yeah, it says here, I can't make up my mind. I'm patiently waiting for the right time. It's like, I need to bide my time. The Two of Wands is sort of sitting in this indecisive state where I'm inspired towards change, but I haven't quite taken off that first step. I wish I believed in me like you did. You were meant for me. It says here, you make me feel at home. I also just saw, I keep seeing this card actually. I'm going to put it back, but I see things clearly now. This is the 19 of the sun. Like a bright light. You deserve someone better than me. And this is somebody who almost looks up to you because they feel like you could have anyone. There's almost adoration with that card. Where you're a distraction too in the practical realm. We're fated to meet again. This is providing an opportunity, but Spirit says it's like fate energy that brings in the opportunity, and it's our free will that decides if we're going to have the willingness to explore in this connection. I would do anything for you. The truth came after, because it's easier to fantasize than it is to make it real. Back of the deck says, I couldn't catch you because I fell too. And the Tower energy speaks about upheaval. And they're also showing underneath that the Six of Cups. It says, I want to get back what we had. It's like we won't be able to take it back if we cross a line. So they're concerned about what that upheaval will look like for you and for them. Let's get a piece of advice, please, for pile number 3. This person on their mind today. Take some time to lie in the emerald grass. They want you to take some time to reflect upon where the momentum will take you if you take advantage of fated opportunities to explore this connection overall. There could need to be some adjustments within the upgrades that could be available to us here. We have cleanse, wash your weary spirit clean, and take a walk in the wooded glade, and find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. There is a sense of them dreaming in a safe place, fantasizing about this connection in a place of safety as well. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3, please. The last thought they had about pile number 3 in the bowl. Tower reversed. This came in pile number 2 as well. Tower reversed. Trying to avoid change, avert disaster. It's like they're telling themselves they can't with the 5 of Cups that we already saw in your reading. But the truth is that it's not about I can't. It's about they won't, or they don't think that they should. They're trying to ignore or overlook the feelings, like telling themselves that this is something that they will get over eventually. I also feel like they're kind of bored in their life, to be honest. We have here the elephant. Now his trunk is down. They're speaking about endurance. I sometimes see like a matriarch there as well. I think of India. But the trunk is down, which speaks about how they don't perhaps feel like luck is on their side. But we have never, never give up. We do have the screwdriver. So they're speaking about like laborious work, having to put work in. And that's going to affect the time frame of when we can see change happening. We don't see a lot of progress because we see a bit of a hold pattern in the future of this connection at this time. We have the hand of Hamza, S and Z, and we do have the key. I think they dream a lot about you. You may also be dreaming about them. We have the yin yang. We also have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not steal. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. And I am praying for you, and your guides are walking with you as well. You can leave me a comment below this reading or any of the readings this month for your chance to win a free reading. You just have to hit your notification bell when you do so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner, and I do notify you beneath your comment. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I update that shop daily. But come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.